Hello and welcome to Cool Breeze. This is the corner where you'll get all the political happenings of the week. Let's start with Kangana Ranaut because she's been the one who's been dominating the headlines for the entire week. She was on a publicity tour to promote her film, which is coming up on The Emergency. But I think being Kangana, she's done a lot more than that. The interviews that she gave were not just restricted to the film, but she also voiced her opinion on the politics of the day. And therein was the problem. The other problem, of course, was that you cannot really differentiate the film from the actor. Any other actor doing a film on The Emergency, well, it would have suited the BJP perfectly well because this is the topic that it wants to rub into the Congress wants to distance itself from this. But since the personality of the actor also came in the fray, the promo itself, the teaser itself ran into rough weather with the Sikh community taking umbrage. Don't forget, the Sikhs have been already have a grouse against Kangana for for complaining about them or taking them on the farmers' protests, talking about the rapes that happened during the protests. There was also an incident where a Sikh CRPF officer even slapped Kangana, all that before the film. Now, when the film has been released, the Sikh community feels that it has been portrayed wrongly. Again, as I'm saying, since it's Kangana, they're going to be looking at the film very minutely, looking for offences, and when they're looking for something, you find something to take umbrage about. What is also worrying for the BJP is that the Haryana elections are around the corner. This is the time they don't want to antagonize the farmers any further. Hence, Kangana's comments talking about the rapes that took place during the farmers' protests and the killings that happened has not gone down well at all. We are told that the BJP chief JP Nadda had called her in, summoned her for half an hour, and some sort of a dressing down was given. But the larger question here is the BJP knew what it was getting into when it gave Kangana a ticket. She also delivered, gave them a very high profile win from Mandi. So now is the problem with Kangana or is the problem with BJP? Because she hasn't changed. She's always been an outlier, taking on the system, speaking her mind. It is the BJP who should have been handling her well, knowing that this is the kind of person she is, personality she is, and that is something that actually helps them in a lot of way also because Kangana does know how to get the TRPs. So should the BJP be handling her better? Well, that's something we're going to be taking a look at because don't forget, Kangana is not someone who can be handled. So that is a script we're going to keep watching very closely. The other interesting talk that made the news, of course, is the fact that, we've seen post 2024, the results have thrown up a very interesting conundrum in our politics. The politics of the big brother now is on the decline. Whether it is the BJP or the Congress, both parties now cannot dominate the political scene alone. They need the clutch of the regional allies. The Congress, for instance, could not have done as well in Maharashtra without its allies or Uttar Pradesh, for that matter, even for instance, the states where the Congress did go it alone, whether it was Telangana or Karnataka, where the Congress has a government in place, they didn't deliver the kind of numbers it should have. Again, in the north, the Congress is taking on the BJP alone. Apart from Rajasthan, the other states, especially Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, the Congress did not do well. It definitely needs the crutch of the allies, which makes it very interesting because elections in Maharashtra are coming. The Congress leaders, state leaders are saying now is the time for us to project our own chief minister. But will Uddhav Thackeray agree? Because he's been a former chief minister. His party wants to see him as the CM face. So should the Congress compromise at the sake of its own party leaders for the larger aim of defeating the BJP, or should it give in to its party leaders, strengthen the party at the grassroots, perhaps at the cost of its own alliance? The same question is going to come up in Uttar Pradesh also, where there are 10 polls. Will Akhilesh Yadav get the lion's share? His is the bigger party, or will the Congress demand a larger share and then upset Akhilesh Yadav? BJP too has not had it easy. In the last, we've seen there's not even been 100 days for the Modi government. From the very start, Modi made it clear it's not a BJP government but an NDA government. Since then, he has to take in the compulsions of his coalition's partner, whether it was in the Waqf Board Amendment Bill, the issue of the lateral entry for bureaucrats, or even the rollback of the indexation. He had to change the government had to do a U-turn on that because Chandrababu Naidu, Chirag Paswan, and even other allies, Nitish Kumar, have objected to that. So these are issues that the one takeaway is both the BJP and the Congress has now come to terms with, that the era of Big Brother politics is on a pause. They have to take the regional allies along. And lastly, recently Shashi Tharoor, who's already written 26 books, has come up with his latest book, Wonderland of Words. In fact, I was there at the book release, which was held in the capital. The question and answer session was moderated by the Aleph publisher of the Aleph, by David Davidar. It was a very interesting session. Shashi held the audience spellbound. He talked about the English language. He talked about the origin of some words, the introduction of different words in the English language, the Indianization of English language, and he had the whole audience captivated. So much so the question answer session ran over, and in fact the entire launch took about 2 hours, and nobody was bored. In fact, one of the questions, a lot of young professionals were in the audience. They wanted to ask him how to be an author, how to find new topics to write about. Another girl asked him that apparently Shashi in his youth had made the rash promise of reading 365 books, one book a day in a year. So he says that's something I've regretted and I will never do again. Books are something that you should be dwelt with and read and not just rushed through in terms of a deadline. He even recounted an incident about a lady in South Africa who was suffering from cancer but was reading one of his books, and she said that she read a bit every day so that she would have something to wake up the next day and read the next part of the book, the great Indian novel. He's saying she'd finished reading the book and soon after she passed away, and this is an incident that was told to him by some members of her family. Another boy in the audience got up and asked him, where did you get your accent from? So Shashi said, you mean my peculiar accent? He speaks English in a very clipped English sort of way. So he of course said that owed it largely to my school elocution debates and of course my college, St. Stephen's, which incidentally is also my college. He's saying that's where I was surrounded by a lot of people who speak in the same peculiar accent. Well, that's it for now. Keep watching this space. We're going to get you more about what is happening within the capital and the politics around the country. Stay tuned.